Okay, so I've leveled the floor and I'm ready to, you can see I've leveled it. It was a good like 1.5 or 2 inch slope in about 8 feet from that point over to the other side of the room, and I've lifted that corner up to where it's just a 1/2 inch gap, and that's about as good as I can get it. It's about a 1/2 inch slope up until about here, and then it starts to be level again. This, for some reason, this other room had a slope in it too that I just couldn't bring out. So this is the same. It's got from about here, it's got about a 1/2 inch down to there, and it's about 2 feet. But that corner there is level. So you know, I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and it just wouldn't exactly come out, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close to level. It's a lot closer than it's been yet. The front room too had about had about an inch or 1.5 inches from here out, about a foot, or about 8 feet out, and so I brought that up to be about a 1/2 inch is all, and I shored it all up. Ended up putting a cement pad under here that I blocked this up, but I found that these sags were very local. Like, I could lift this up and jack that up, but it still sagged, you know, 2 feet over. It still had a big sag in it. So I ended up putting 6 different deck blocks underneath these joists, and joists, 2 2x6s underneath all these joists that I shimmed up, you know, to make them try to jack this up level. And even now those 2x6s sag underneath these, and so not only is the floor joist sagging, and the floor joists, I replaced a bunch of floor joists. I left the originals, but then I put 2x8s alongside of them, and then added a whole new 2 2x8 sandwiched together from that point there all the way to here, to where the floor joists start going the different direction. And it's amazing how much weight was under this thing. But as I jacked it up, you can see there was some pretty serious cracking, and these cracks, yeah, they're pretty serious. I'm gonna patch them, you know, no problems, but you can see how much the walls flexed from the moving it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There was some pretty serious cracks along here too, that go around the walls and everything. So, you know, I jacked it up as much as I could and got most of it out. And the flooring contractor that is going to refinish this floor says it's about as good as any 100-year-old house looks anymore. So that's I'm so glad I'm done with the floor leveling part of this. And now I've got the flooring, and I'm going to rip up all this flooring that goes a different direction and put in a new subfloor, because that's actually a patch. That flooring had failed, you know, had broken and rotted out, so I had replaced it with that when I thought I was going to put a whole new floor on the whole thing. Well, now I'm just going to tear this all up, put a new subfloor all along here to make it level, because it breaks pretty good. The joists just change direction. They go this direction, and then right here around here they start going this way, and the floor breaks like that. So I'm going to replace the subfloor over here just to level it up, you know, with shims, and then I'm going to tooth it in, and then replace it with the new flooring with this I don't even know what it's called. It's a router attachment for a RotoZip that plunge router. So I'm going to tooth this in with a fence that I'm going to use to make nice straight cuts, and and it's going to be really dusty, so I'm going to have to block off my air intake for my furnace. I'm going to have to close up my bedroom door, and I was kind of thinking about even putting plastic over my all my doors, just kind of totally enclose this area. Kind of a pain in the ass, but see, there was even a crack there, and I wasn't even jacking stuff up over here. I mean, these cracks are all over in this bedroom too. You can see them there. They got pretty bad. There's a big, I'm not all out of focus. There's a big crack that appeared in here and went all the way up and cracked into the ceiling. Crack there. Well, you know, but what I found is a lot of these places these cracks appeared, if you look closely, it looks like they were patched before anyway. So, weird, you know. So that's the back of the chimney, the old chimney, right there. That's there's the brick wall, and then there's a chimney in there that goes all the way through the roof. So that's my big project for the long weekend. I got Monday off, so I'm going to work on these, cutting this out and patching it. See how far I get in the next couple days.